What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be doing some work to the Ram 2500 here. What's been going on with it is every time I pull a trailer it feels like the back end's kind of like doing this when you hit an uneven ground, and it just feels like the whole truck starts wagging like left to right. I put new shocks on it again from when we did the Bilsteins, made no difference. And I got to reading and talking to some people, and they said the rear track bar, how the track bar is mounted from the frame to the back of the axle, it's too short because this truck has air ride suspension, and the suspension is closer into the axle, and the other trucks that have the coil springs, they're too close in, where traditional leaf springs would be farther out, wider, so you'd have more stability out here. But since they're farther in, it can cause it to do the rocking. Now they say most of these are like that from the get-go, but when I first got this truck, for some reason I don't remember it really doing that. But based on the mileage, those track bar bushings could be pretty worn out, so that's maybe what's causing it. It's finally just starting to do it. But I ordered a track bar from Thuren fabrication, and it's like 6 inches longer than the old one, and it gets it wider apart, so it's supposed to eliminate that. So we're going to install that today and see how it does. So up underneath the back here, this is where this track bar mounts on the axle, right below the airbag. So it goes from here all the way up to the frame on this side. So to get this off, I got to jack this up a little bit, get the tire off on that side so we can install the new bracket, and get back, dog, and undo that bolt and that bolt there and remove it. So this kit will work on the Power Wagon 2500s, and it'll work on the coil spring up here and the air system, they tell me. So this has the Ram air ride, so they tell me it's compatible with it. So here's the kit that I got from Thuren fabrication. It is kind of pricey. I paid $600 for this, but looking at the manufacturing, it's all welded out nice, TIG welded, it looks like, powder coated, everything's perfectly cut. This track bar is pretty heavy duty. It looks like it's got greasable points on it, so very well made, so I'm sure it'll hold up just fine. So the first thing we got to do when we get that track bar out is install this bracket. And you can see the old track bar would be right here, but this one's longer, so it's moving it out, widening it out across the axle. So that's where they say that it will help with that wagging feeling. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started removing that other one. So in the box, they got a nice little set of directions. It tells you step by step here with colored pictures, which is always nice. And then if you have a Power Wagon, what to do extra, and if you don't, you can just skip that and go on to the next step. So I'll get that other one removed real quick and figure out what all we need. Alright, so I got the truck back wheel off, driver's side. I got a jack center there. I got my jack under there just in case. So the next thing we're going to do is take this bolt out, which is a 21 millimeter. That came out. Alright, so I ended up just got this one out with this ratchet and putting the wrench on the back side of it because I couldn't get my impact in here. So here's the old track bar out of there. When we compare it to the new one, you can see just how much longer the new one is. So that's why we got to install this bracket. So that's the next step. So the next thing it says to do is remove the ABS wiring mounted to the bracket, and my truck does not have that. I've seen some of them where they have clips like here and something here. The only thing I had was this differential vent hose, which was right there. I just unclipped it, so I can move on to the next step. Nothing's attached to this bracket. When I put this bracket on the first time, I didn't pay attention because I thought these, I looked at the picture and showed a gold bolt, but this is the 9/16 grade 8, and you can tell it's 9/16 in grade 8 because of the markings. And this is the 14 millimeter because of the metric 10.9 stamped on it, but it's not gold, but in the picture it shows the metric one being gold, but this one's silver. But you can see that 10.9, you know it's metric. So I had these bolts in the wrong holes, so I thought this one was supposed to go down there, but you use the factory retaining nut on that one, so I had it backwards, but I got it in right now. And then this one goes just like this here. I did have to take my grinder and notch that dog bone out just a touch. Right there you can see where it was rubbing. I had to grind that out just a tiny bit. Bolt, and the spacer is going to go right here. So this is where we put a washer on it. And it's going to go through the hole where the old trap bar mounted. And then, based on the diagram, it looks like this dog bone is going to go on the back side of that. So okay, so we're putting this on here because you gotta get this bracket bolted up here, and you gotta drill some holes. So this helps just get it aligned. Okay, so now that I got it the right way, so that's supposed to be facing that way, you put that bolt in and this nut on the washer, and you tighten it down all the way tight. Well, first, before you tighten it super tight, make sure you get this bolt lined up like this. Tighten this gold bolt all the way down tight, and then loosen it off loosen it off one turn, so you can still kind of move this bracket. So you're going to want to make sure it's all flush up with the bottom down here and all the way in, and then you're going to mark these holes under here to drill. Alright, so looking underneath this bracket, this hole is not used, but these two elongated ones are the ones that you're going to drill through. So I just took my 1/2-inch drill, drilled up through there, and then put the nuts on them from the top side down in there. And you can get a 13/16 wrench in here to hold back up on these. I didn't video it because you can't, but you can get it right there and it'll work. And then the other one, this other one I got coming in from this other side, and I could get it on right there and hold it. So once you get those drilled and the bolts in and tightened down, Then you're going to come over here and do what I just did and center punch that hole in that bracket. And I took a 1/4 inch drill bit and drilled a pilot, and then I just finished it with my 1/2 inch all the way through. Now on mine there's an extra welded piece here, so it makes it even thicker to drill through. Right down in there, but it took a little bit longer to get drilled through that. So now I'm going to clean up these metal shavings and then install this last bolt and nut in there. Now then, we got everything lined up. I'm going to get this bolt in, get it started, and then I should be able to put that track bar in place. With them other bolts still loose, and after you get this hole drilled, you want this to be torqued to 90 pounds, but you want it to be flat against right here. So that's why you need them other bolts loose. So I'm going to torque this to 90 pounds. The socket doesn't quite want to fit on there just right because my hole is a little bit off, but oh shit. Okay, found a little better socket for that. Okay, now we're going to go torque these bottom ones. We still need this loose. Tighten those bottom ones up. Alright, we're getting this one torqued to 90 pounds. Got my wrench up there like that. Okay, we've got the track bar into place, kind of. Alright, so now I got it put in on the other side. I'm going to take this bar, and it says you got to stick it in here and get the axle kind of pulled into alignment to get this bolt started, which is what I'm going to do here. My battery's dying. I got to change out the battery. Alright, I took this sway bar link out so I could get my bolt here. Alright, that's it there. Okay, now I have to tighten these down. I think that was the size of that. Was that 7/8? Alright, I'll have to look up to see if it says to torque that. Oh man, need something for this to rest against without hitting that sensor. Now we got to tighten the other side. Alright, so on the other side over there, I just used the old factory bolt nut. Tightened it to 140 foot-pounds as well. So, I think that's done. I'll probably shoot a little grease in those. And, let's see. Reinstall the driver's side wheel. Blah, blah, blah. Remove the jack. Alright, so I'm going to write down my mileage here. And it says come back and re-torque the mounting hardware after 500 to 1,000 miles. So I guess when I hit 500 miles, I'll come back here and make sure these are 90. And it says grease these every oil change or so. Well, I thought these directions were going to be pretty clear, but some of it was kind of confusing, but we made it through. Pretty much the only thing I didn't video was drilling those because it was just hard to get in there, and there wasn't really nowhere to mount the camera for you to even see what I was doing. But basically, like I was saying, those two holes were already there. I just had to get them to a 1/2 inch, so ran a 1/2 inch bit up through there, and this one was not there, so I had to center punch it basically and run a 1/4 and then run a 1/2 through, and it came out. I can't even get the camera in there, but it came out to right there. But anyway, a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be to install this. So now I got new bushings for these and this sway bar because they were squeaking. So I'm going to throw them on real quick and be done. Well, here it is installed. I drove it yesterday for about 2 hours. I took a load of 8 round bells about almost an hour away. So it seemed like it fixed the issue about 80%. For the most part. There's just a little bit of side-to-side sway, but it was very minimal. The true test will be hooking up the gooseneck flatbed with 17 bells on it, and then I will see how it feels. So anyway, I think so far it was worth it. I'll continue to see. Also make sure if you put this on after about 500 to 800 miles, you're supposed to come back and retorque all those bolts. So I wrote down my mileage so I can make sure I do that. So anyway, guys, if you're installing this, and hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.